Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 for this tutorial on how to build these townhouses. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to do the exterior for the second townhouse. So I gathered up all the blocks I'm going to be using for the middle one. So make sure you have the diorite, andesite, stone bricks, the smooth quartz blocks, stairs, slabs, the quartz bricks, and quartz pillar, then the pale oak stairs, trap doors, fence gates, fences, and signs, then the light gray concrete, diorite wall, black stained glass panes, some lanterns, the lever, then the deep slate bricks, stairs, and slabs, and the cobbled deep slate, stairs, and slabs, then the chain, anvils, and some jungle leaves. We'll look here to the right of where we left off the first townhouse, and just right here next to where we left off this andesite, I'm going to be sure to have a block of the diorite going out from the corner, then another one further out. Now we'll go back in right here, work your way over towards the right by 5. Now we'll go back out from the corner, have another one here, then back in from the corner, we'll have another one, and then another one from the corner of that. We'll go in one more time. We'll then go over towards the right and place 6. And now let's go back out and have another corner. So we marked out the foundation here at the front side of the house with the diorite. Now let's switch to the quartz pillar. I'm going to place one right here at this space. Another one at this one. Right here as well. And then over here at this side. So now on top of all of those, I'm going to continue bringing them up by another 13. So including that first layer, there are going to be 14 layers in total. Now I'm going to have a mixed up pattern between the andesite and the stone bricks for all of the other space for the main wall. What I'm going to do first is just start out with the andesite and completely fill everything in, and then I'll just go back later and carve out extra spaces and replace it with the stone bricks to add that extra texture. So what I'm going to do right here, on top of this space of the diorite, is just bring this all the way up to the same height as where we just left off the pillars. Here for this space of 5, I'm going to bring up a single space all the way up to the top here at the left, and over here at the right. Let's do this single space here. And then for this space of 6, I'm going to do 2 spaces on each side and bring it all the way up as well. Now for this space here, let's do a layer down at the bottom. I'm then going to skip up 4 spaces, so we're lined up here at this 5th space. I'll bring it straight across the top there. Let's do another 3 layers on top of that, so it's going to be 4 in total. And then we'll do the other layer across the top here. So now we have 2 large windows here, and it's matched up just how it is over there at that side. Now here for this space, we're going to have our doorway. So we're going to be leaving the 3 spaces here, so at the 4th layer, I'm going to have 2 upside down pale oak stairs. Now on top of that, I'll switch back to the andesite, and have 5 layers going up. And then at the top, I'll go ahead and have another layer. Now back to the quartz pillar, we'll look over here at this space first. I'm going to be at this layer. And we'll just have the pillars going straight across. And then at that same layer, right here at this space, we'll go ahead and do it again. Now let's go from the inside. I'll just start out with the andesite. I'll flip around and add the extra layer all the way around the windows so that we can then place the glass panes. So at that same layer, we'll be sure to grab the black stained glass panes, and we'll fill all of that space in. We'll go back on the outside, and we'll be sure to have the pale oak stairs and trap doors. So we'll start shaping out how the windows are going to be. So, just like how we did it for that first townhouse, we'll have the stair in each corner. Here for the smaller window, we'll have to trap doors on each side, right below the stairs. And then for the bigger ones, we have the single space in between them at the top, and then right below the stairs again. Let's switch back to the stairs, and I'll have one in each corner here for this space up here as well, and for this. We'll then have the trapdoors going across right in between those. And then we could go right below the stairs here, and we'll just bring it all the way down to the same layer as where we left off the pillars. So leaving the single space down here at the bottom. And then here at the top, we'll just go all the way down. And we'll do the same here for this space. Now let's be sure to go through and add the extra texture with the stone bricks. So I'll just start here at this space first, and all I'm really going to do is just replace some spaces here and there, and add the stone bricks. Now let's just go through and continue doing that for every other space. So I just went through and added all those stone bricks, so it's looking a little something like this. How about we grab the jungle leaves again? We'll also use the trapdoors, and we're also going to need the signs. So we'll go ahead and do all the bushes below the windows. So here for these bigger windows, we'll have the 3 going across. Go ahead and do the 2 here for this one. We'll then have the trapdoors right below all of them. And then for these windows, we're just going to be able to have the signs here at the front side. And for this one, we'll be able to do it at the front and at the sides as well. How about now we mark out the front porch? So let me just go ahead and move all this out of the way. And for the porch, we're going to be using the quartz pillars, the pale oak fences. We'll also need the diorite wall, then the deep slate bricks and stairs, then the cobbled deep slate and cobbled deep slate stairs. Let's start with the quartz pillar. I'll go out from the corner right here, bring it up by 2. Do the same at this side. Let's do the step up. So I'll have a few of the deep slate brick stairs. And then how about one of the cobbled ones? So a little mixed up pattern. Go ahead and have some more of the deep slate bricks, just the regular blocks. Go ahead and replace some of this diorite as well. And then all that other space, we'll go ahead and do the cobbled. Now let's switch to the diorite wall. I'll have one on these pillars. And then I'll bring it up by another 2 layers with the pale oak fence. How about we do the little door right here at the left? So we will need the black stained glass panes. So I'll bring it up by 3 here at the left, curve it out at the top and at the bottom. Empty space in the middle will be the pale oak fence. Now let's go through and do the backside. So we're going to start marking out the foundation with the diorite first. I'll be over here right next to where we left off this townhouse. I'll be in one space away from where we left off this corner. And I'll go over towards the left by 6. Let's go out from the corner here, have 1. Right next to that, out from the corner again, we'll start working our way towards the back, and we'll have 5. We'll go back out in this direction, have another corner, so it's lined up where that one is. Now let's go across towards the left again, right next to where we left off this block. So starting here, we'll bring it over by another 5. We'll go back out again, have another corner block. And now line up where we left off this side. Right behind it, we'll bring it in by another 4. We'll go out from the corner of that, have 1 here. Go further back again, bring it over by 2. And now back out again, and have 1 more. So we have the foundation all marked out here at the backside. Now let's switch to the quartz pillar. And we'll go ahead and have one right here on this corner. We have this corner here. Then this one. And these 2 over here at this side. So these 3 here at the back, we're going to go ahead and bring up by another 13. So including that first one, it'll be the 14 in total again. Now for these other 2, we're going to go ahead and bring them up by another 8, so they're then going to be 9 in total. Let's look over here at this space. We'll start with the andesite again. And we'll have 2 here, and 2 here. We'll then bring that all the way up to the same height as the pillars. Over here at this side, we'll fill in these 2 spaces as well. Let's head on back over to this side. And I'll have 2 spaces down here at the bottom. Go ahead and skip up by 4. So you're then going to be lined up here at the 5th layer. We'll bring it across like that. And then we'll do another 3 layers on top of it. And then the layer across the top. How about we mark out the pillars that are going across from the side. So I'll just look here at this space first, at this layer. You can see it's actually here at the same layer as that side as well. Go ahead and just bring that straight across. We'll do it in between these pillars as well. Here at the very back side. Bring it back in over to this side here. And then we have the other 2 spaces all the way at that left side. Now let's switch back to the andesite. We'll look here at this right side and over at that side as well. We're just going to completely fill all of this in. We'll look here at this space. We'll go down at the bottom and just bring it straight across with the 1 layer. Go across the top and do the same thing. And then we'll have an additional layer going up along the sides. Now let's go behind all 3 of these windows with the andesite. Add that extra layer along the outer edge. And now with the black stained glass panes, we'll go ahead and fill in all of this space for the window. Now let's have our pale oak stairs at the top with the trapdoors right below them. Let's switch back to the stairs. I'll just look over here at this space first, and we'll have the 2 at the top in each corner like that. Do the same up here as well. Then we have each corner here for this back wall. And then we have the other 2 corners here for these spaces. And now with the trapdoors, we'll go across the top in between the stairs. And now we just have to go below all of the stairs and work our way down. And remember, all the way down at the bottom, we're just going to stop it at the same layer as where we left off these pillars. Let's be sure to swap a lot of these blocks out. I'm going to make sure to grab the anvils. We'll also need the quartz bricks, the pale oak stairs again, the black stained glass panes, the pale oak fence, the diorite wall, and the andesite and stone bricks. Let's also be sure to grab the smooth quartz stairs. So let's start with those stairs, and I'm going to have them upside down in between all of these pillars here for the balcony. So just right here at this first layer. On top of those, we'll be sure to have the anvils. Let's be sure to fill in the floors. Make sure you have the quartz bricks. And we'll just go right in between these 2 pillars here at the same layer as where we just placed those stairs. Just bring a strip straight across. And then fill in all of the space in front of it here. Now let's have the diorite wall on top of the 2 pillars. We'll then have 2 pale oak fences going up. Now let's switch to the andesite, right in between these pillars here, at the next space further back, so lined up where we left off those other walls. We'll make sure we can still see 2 spaces here. Do the same on this side. We'll bring that all the way up to the same height as where we left off all these walls and pillars. And then we'll go across the top with 2 layers. And then we'll have 2 upside down pale oak stairs. Let's have the 3 black stained glass panes going up along the left. We'll curve it out at the top and bottom. And then have the pale oak fence for the handle. Now let's be sure we have the jungle leaves, the trapdoors, and the signs. And we'll also need the stone bricks for the extra texture. So let's just start with the trapdoors. And we're going to be sure to crouch and place these right on top of all the anvils. And now let's use the stone bricks and add all the extra texture where we have all the andesite, just like how we did it at the front. Alright, so now I just went through and added all the extra texture with the stone bricks. Now let's have our jungle leaves below all 3 of these windows here at the back. We'll then have the trapdoors right below them. And then the pale oak signs along the sides and at the front. Now let's finish off the rest of the balcony. So make sure you have the quartz pillar. We're going to have another 2 right on top of where we left off those fences. Now switch to the smooth quartz blocks. We'll go right on top of where we left off all these pillars. Just add a layer all the way along the outer edge. We'll go throughout the middle and fill in all the rest of this space. Now let's go underneath with the pale oak stairs. Have it up against each of the pillars there at the back. We'll do the same here at these ones. Go right down the middle as well. And now in between all of those stairs, we're going to just have some pale oak trapdoors. Now let's be sure to have our lantern here for this balcony. So you can grab the lever. I'll just have it right around here in the corner. Go ahead and have the chain, we'll crouch, place it right there. And then the lantern right below that. Now I'm back up at the front. Let's go here and do the roof for the porch. So I'm going to start with just the cobbled deep slate slabs. I'll go right above where we left off this pillar here. I'll bring out the 2 slabs like that. Go ahead and have another layer right on top of it. And then we'll go at the right and have it going down. We'll head on over here to the left side and do the same thing. So bring it out by 2 like that. Add the extra layer on top of it. And then the other set going down here to the left. Now let's continue working our way up throughout the middle. So I have this layer here. Do this side as well. And then one more layer going up here in the middle. Let's be sure to add a little bit of extra texture with the deep slate brick slabs. So just replace some of these blocks now that we have it all shaped out. Little something like that. And then at the front, we'll be sure to have our overhang with the smooth quartz slabs. So just follow right along where we just placed that roof. And real quick, let's be sure to add the lanterns so we don't forget about that. So we have our main light source here for the porch. So now we have this space all done. Let's be sure to grab those smooth quartz blocks again. And I'm now going to do the roof here at the upper level. So first, let's look over here to the left. We're going to follow right along the roof that we did here for the first townhouse. Make sure you have the smooth quartz blocks. All I'm going to do is just have the full block just following right along where we have all these stairs. We'll have the 2 here across the top. And then you can just work your way back down here at the back side. So just full blocks following right along the roof here for that first townhouse. Now let's switch to the smooth quartz stairs, and we're going to start shaping out our overhang. So it's just going to be the same exact thing that we did right here. So what we're going to do is just connect right into this final stair. And then just follow right along the walls that we just placed. Just curve these all together and have them upside down. And what I'll do is just stop here lined up with this pillar for now. Let's head on to the backside. And we'll go ahead and mark out the overhang here as well. So let's just start over here at the right. And just follow right along where we left off this overhang. So just connect right into it. Wrap right around our balcony space here. Bring it all the way back in. And straight across until we line up here at the pillar at the backside. Now let's do our triangle shape here at the back, just like how it was done over at that side. So I have it all shaped out like that. Let's be sure to have the full blocks of the smooth quartz across the bottom here. We'll then have the pale oak fence gates right in front of that. And now right above those smooth quartz blocks, we'll go from the inside and have light gray concrete. Let's head on back up to the front and we'll do the shape right here. So once again, it's just going to be the same exact thing that we did over there at that side. So starting from this corner and this corner. Right down the middle, we have just that single space. That'll be the upside down stair. The slab on top. We'll have the full blocks across the bottom. The fence gates in front of them. And then the light gray concrete on top of the full blocks. Now, right on top of where we left off all these full blocks of quartz, we'll have the smooth quartz stairs. I'll have one right here in the front. And then we'll just keep working our way up right on top of all these full blocks. We're going to leave off with 2 slabs here at the top. And then you could go back to the stairs and work your way down along the backside. And you're going to be left with a full block that you can still see right here. Now let's head on back up to the front. And we can now start going through and filling in the entire roof. So what I'll do first is just start out with the cobble deep slate, and then we'll just go back with the bricks and add the extra texture. So I'll start here at the left, and I'll just be all the way down here at the bottom, just connect right in between our quartz here. Then we'll go up with the next layer, and what I want to make sure to do is not connect right into the other stair like that. I want to make sure to have it lined up where we have all of these full blocks of quartz that we just placed, so it matches up to how it was done over here at this side. So you can see how we can still see a little bit of that corner of the full block. We always want to make sure these quartz blocks here are shifted up a little bit higher than the actual roof to give a nice separation between each townhouse. So here, we'll go ahead and just connect right into that full block there. What we'll have to do is kind of just like curve into this side. So now we have this nice curve right here, and it goes right into the full block. I'll start up here at this space, and I'll do the same thing. Just follow right along that previous layer. And then you could just connect right into the stair at this side. Let's go ahead and do that again. So we'll start right here at this full block. Follow right along that previous layer of the stairs. And bring this straight into that side. So we have this little shape going up right here. Now let's have the slabs. We're going to bring it out by 4 here. So just lined up to the same edge as this stair. Now let's go on over to this side and bring all of this up to the same height as where we just did that. So I'll start down at the bottom with our cobble deep slate stairs. Just follow right along the overhang here. But we do want to make sure to leave an empty space here at the end. Let's go up at the next layer, do the same thing, and just follow along that previous layer. We got 2 more as we work our way up. So we have the first half here at the front side. Now let's go up at the next layer. So we'll just follow right along where we have this full block. And what I'll do is just bring this straight into this little bit of space here. Bring it back out. And then straight across. Up at the next layer, we're just going to go straight across from one side to the other. Then remember, we do have the slab right here that we have to fill in. And now you can just keep bringing this all the way up until you line up here at this final full block right below the slabs. So we have the front side all filled in, and it looks just like how it does over here at this side. Now let's head on over to the back side. This is going to be a little bit easier. So I'll just start down here at the bottom, over at this corner. We just have this L shape right here on top of our overhang. So just connect that together. Go up at the next layer. And just keep working your way up. And you can see how we're still following right into those full blocks here for this space. So I'll go ahead and do this entire corner here first. So we have the first half here for this corner done. Let's go on over to this side and do the same thing. So we'll start at the overhang, and I'll go ahead and just bring this over until we leave this single space here again. Go up at the next layer. Do it again. And then just keep working your way up until this entire corner's filled in as well. So we have the first half all filled in. Now we'll just keep working our way up and just going straight across from one side to the other. And now the back side is all filled in. Now what I'm going to be sure to go through and do is add the extra texture with all of the deep slate brick blocks. So I'll just start up here at the front. We just have a few of the slabs to do right here. I'll just leave it like that with the slabs, and now all we have to do are the stairs. So I'll go ahead and switch to those, and just make sure to be careful when doing some of these corner spaces. You want to make sure when you place it back, it still follows right along here. So I'm just going to go through and add a little bit extra texture with the brick blocks, and I'll see you guys once I have it all done. Alright, so I just went through and I added a little bit of extra texture here within the roof. Now we have the exterior done here for the second townhouse. How about we go ahead and do the landscaping here at the front just like how we did it here. And what I'm actually going to do is then just leave it at that here for part 2, because this second townhouse actually took up enough time, more than I expected. So I'm just going to be using the lime and green terracotta, our jungle leaves again, and then the cobbled deep slate, the deep slate bricks, and some mud. So how about we start with the jungle leaves, and I'll just line up where we have the pillars here. Now bring this all the way straight up until we just line up over there at that side, right here at the edge of where I marked out the plot. Do the same over here as well. And let's go right down the middle here where this pathway is and clear out this first layer of the blocks. I'm going to be sure to grab just the regular grass block so that we could clean up this little bit of extra concrete here below the leaves. And now for our pathway here, I'll just start with the cobbled deep slate, just add these kind of here and there. Go back through with the deep slate bricks. And then all the other space I'll fill in with the mud. And now let's clear out the first layer of the blocks all throughout here. We'll also do this strip right here until you meet up with the edge of the house. So you can see here we left off with the lime. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue with the extra layers, so that is 2 in total again. And now we'll have the 2 layers of the green. And back to the lime. Just back and forth. So right here we left off with just a single strip of the green. I'll go ahead and do another strip of green here. So now we have the entire front yard here for this second townhouse all done. And what I'm going to do is leave it at that here for this video. So now we have 2 of the townhouses done. Alright guys, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that here for part 2. So in part 3, we'll be sure to do the exterior for the third townhouse. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 3.